Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. It is Bruce Jordan, the Michael Jordan of hotels, over here at HSMAI for another conference for 2026. Every year they do a great job, but if you really want to know what you need to know when it comes to commercial strategy, this is a conference that you need to be at. Revenue management is not for everyone. People think that, hey, I know numbers. I see a lot of accountants think that, hey, I need to get into revenue management. Revenue management is more analytical than anything else. So if you want to make the shift to a revenue management, if you want a career in revenue management, the first thing that you need to study is critical thinking. All right. You're not going to understand what you're doing if you don't look at the numbers critically. That's number one. So the best way to get your start, of course, is under an existing revenue manager. Shadow them, see what they're doing, see how they're looking at their numbers. Look at the tools that you will need to make sure that you're successful. Look at the tools that they're using to make them successful. Understanding your first market, your primary market and your secondary market. That is very, very beneficial because you need to see how the numbers are moving and how the numbers are flowing and how the rates are adjusting to make that commitment for your hotel. The other thing you really need to know is on the accounting side, you need to understand how, when, what, when, and how is the profit. You need to know the cost per room to make sure your rates are accurate. Okay. If you don't know the cost per room, you're setting rates not knowing how you're going to affect that hotel's bottom line. And most importantly, and I say this for anyone that's trying to pursue a career in revenue management, you really need to know the marketing. I know this sounds crazy, but when you're building a forecast, where are your forecast numbers coming from? Are you just basing them on the numbers from last year, adding 10% to it or 5% and hoping for the best? I seen that kill a lot of hotels because they don't know what that market is going to be like next year, and they're already increasing the rate. They're not looking at the reports. They're not seeing the companies that are leaving. Why would you increase your rate by 10% automatically, even though companies are leaving your market segment? That makes no sense. If anything, you probably want to start up with a lower base rate if you know that your demand is going to be lower, so you can catch it. You can catch it in the beginning before everybody else who's trying to increase their rate by 10% catch on. Okay, these are the things that you need to be looking out for when you're trying to pursue a career in revenue management. Okay, so if you have any questions, just leave some notes for me there in the comments. And if you are a revenue manager, let me know what works best for you. I get questions, I get comments in the comment section all the time. There was one guy, he was I had made a recommendation and he was like, oh, this did never work. A smart revenue manager would have first question they would have asked me was, what market are you in? Because you're right. If you're in the wrong market, it's definitely not going to work. So you really have to look at the whole picture. My market may be different from your market. So what I do may not work for your market. So ask yourself that first before you leave a comment about anything else. And the reason why the marketing is so important, especially when I say where your numbers coming from, you need to know what's the conversion rate on your booking engine. You need to know if the ads manager, the person that manages your ads, are they going to increase their budget? Because if you're getting more traffic and your conversion rate is increasing, that means that your forecast is probably going to be 4, 5, 10% higher. Okay, if you're making that investment in the ads. Okay, so these are a lot of things that you need to know, that you need to pursue on the marketing side. You need to know the ads. They may be targeting the wrong household income, the HHI, for the wrong season. And they have, if you're a luxury hotel, they have your HHI at 150. During slow season, your rate goes from 300 to 150 to $150, and they're still targeting the household income at $150,000 when someone that makes $75,000 can afford $150,000 during slow season. So these are the things that you really need to know. Most marketing people, they know nothing about revenue management, so they have no idea what to do on the revenue management side with their campaigns. So these are the things that you really need to be informed, and they're not going to ask you because they don't know. So really be on the up and up when it comes to your pursuit in revenue management and a career in revenue management. The good thing, one of the things that I specialize in is I know the whole picture. I know the revenue management, I know the marketing, I know the social media. So I know how everything works. But the average revenue manager doesn't know that. So thank you for tuning in. This is Bruce Jordan, Michael Jordan Hotels, signing out.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bruce Jordan, the hotel revenue expert. I just want to take a quick second to thank you for watching this video. If you could just do us a big favor and just subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more videos like this, more information, great information about hotels. I'm also the author of the Hotel Revenue Bible. You can get that book on hotelrevenuebible.com. And we are here to answer all your questions. So if you have any questions, just shoot us a quick text at 321-321-2002. That's 321-321-2002. And you can book a revenue call. Go to hotelrevenuecall.com and we can answer any and all your questions. Just make an appointment with me. You'll do one-on-one with me. You'll be able to do one-on-one with me, and we could go ahead and get all your questions answered and see if you have any revenue issues that needs to be resolved. Talk to you soon. Thank you again. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you.